How you guys doing today? I'm Dale from MD Indie Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the Hollyland VenusLiv V2. Listen to the product review. How you guys doing? Again, Dale from MD Indie Reviews. I do want to state this will be a very thorough, in-depth review. I intend on showing you, just how it works, how to use it. Can you use it with a right now I'm using this portion to record it on my Osbot Live Tail Air, the first one, and I have uh, a lavalier mic with the wire coming from it, and I want to I know some of you may have to have questions like, well, can you do that with the VenusLiv V2? I'm gonna answer all those questions for you. Right now, I do have it plugged up. I do want to say that I'm gonna do a 2-day review. It's gonna be comprised into one video. Eventually I wanted to wait to do it all, but I realized that I don't know how long this video is going to be. And, my children and my wife are sick, so I use it as an opportunity to record this video without any noise. So I do have it plugged in. The reason why I'm going to record another video tomorrow is because tomorrow I have the batteries, the NPF 9070 batteries coming in for this order 3 from Walmart. It's about $59.99, and it has a charger. I did order it over a week ago, but it's coming in tomorrow, which is Sunday. So I just wanted to kind of give a thorough breakdown. Now, first, the front of the camera, you see it has a record button. It has FN, and it has a power button. And it has right here, it has a microphone for a Type C. Turn over right here. It also has a microphone right here. You can plug up a USB to this. I haven't done that. And it has a power cord right here. Without batteries, the only way you can power this is the wall power cord, which is what I'm doing right now, which is why I got batteries. Now, well, I'll jump ahead of myself. Take the lens cap off right here. Well, I already did. Lens cap right here. I took it off. Now, I will say, I did go live. I did DJ live on TikTok, and I have the footage, and I will be using that footage, putting it in this review so you can see. But I will kind of cut the music off because I don't want any kind of copyright strikes. But as you can see right now, it's recording. It's on right now. It's recording. I will say that one of the things that some of the gripes that people have had about this camera is that it does take it a while sometimes to focus. That is true. Really hasn't bothered me too much. It usually does focus. Another gripe about this camera that people have, and I'll show you right here in the settings, is a lot of people say, well, it wouldn't record, it doesn't record the SD card. It actually does, but the thing is that when you get the camera, you can just hit record right here. You can hit the record button, and I'll hit it now. I hit it now. Video. Record. And it'll start recording, and I'll put this video in the recording so you can see. It'll start recording, but then what you realize is that it doesn't go to the SD card. So one of the things I've realized just from playing with it is that you got to actually go to the settings right here and tell it to copy. Well, it's already selected right here, the SD card, but you have to tell it to copy to an SD card. Also, too, can you guys see this right here? But another gripe that people have had with this webcam is that they say, well, it can't record it in 4K. Well, it actually can record in 4K. And the option is right here. You guys see that 4K. I click 4K, and hit record. And right here, you can see the timer right here. It's recording, and you can zoom in, and you can zoom out. You can zoom out. So this webcam, it does do a lot. I will say, who is this webcam for? I'm sorry, not webcam. This camera. Forgive me. Who is this camera for? This camera is probably for somebody that live streams a lot. Me and my wife, last weekend, we had a 3 hour long webinar that we hosted for our podcast. We allowed people who read our podcast to come in and talk to us about marriage and ask questions about marriage and things of that nature. And so we had a wonderful event. We had a 3 hour event. We posted it all over, our social media. We do have another one coming up in January sometime. If you're interested in that, I'll just put it out there. But yeah, so we had a 3 hour webinar that we did about our podcast about this love, and we used the Venus Live V2 on it. And when I picked it up, it wasn't hot. I mean, nothing. So I will say that, who's this camera for? Anybody that is wanting to do live stream or wanting to do webinars for long periods of time, I will say this camera is wonderful for that. And it's right now, it's actually recording me. Right now you can see the thing, and I'll stop the recording right now. Also too, one of the things that I did realize is that last week when I went on TikTok Live, I didn't realize that I could record. It'll record all the inputs and stuff from TikTok Live onto the actual SD card. So I was able to actually record a TikTok Live video, and then it recorded. And right now, it is in like a YouTube, TikTok, a short type of format, meaning that right now, this is up top, you see, and if I turn it over to the side right here, you see, I was actually in a mode where it's gonna, like, if you're shooting a podcast or an actual video, it's in that mode now. So to put it, when you put it, when this is up like this, it's actually in right here. It's showing you the videos that I have. So, but enough of that. Let me actually hook this bad boy up, so you can actually, I can actually do the footage on this one, and not the Osbot. You can't, again, when you're going live, from what I found, you can't use 4K. I don't know if they're gonna come out with a update in the camera firmware that can, I guess, remove that restriction. But I don't really film in 4K anyway, so I don't really care. I'm only filming in 4K for the purposes of this video. After that, you probably never see me film in 4K again. Those who are familiar with my content, no, I don't see the point. I mean, I know rarely are people ever watching YouTube videos, unless it's like a podcast or something, on their TV. They use it on their phone, and your phone can only pick up but just so many pixels, so you don't see the point. But this camera is wonderful for what it does. Again, if you're somebody that's wanting to get it outside, like, just do like you want to be a YouTuber, or you want to be like a content creator, but you want to be stationary, like in your studio, in your house. I wouldn't spend that kind of money for this camera. You could probably use, if not, if you're gonna somebody who wants to be a content creator that's mobile, then I would. If you're gonna be mobile, like tomorrow when the battery comes in, I intend on filming some more footage for this review. Because one of the things that kind of bothered me when I was actually looking at YouTube reviews of this camera is nobody really took the time to actually show footage of what this image quality looks like. And that's annoying. It's like, people, they are so quick to put out a review. And I will say, I'm not sponsored by Hollyland. They didn't send me this camera. I bought it with my own money. I've had it in Sweetwater, but they were backed up for a while. I kind of go on and off with that. Where I would kind of have it be on their waiting list, and then it came in, and by that time I actually didn't buy it. So when I wanted to actually buy it again, it was out of stock again. So then I went from Sweetwater to B&H, and B&H again. B&H had Sweetwater said it would be back in stock in December. B&H said it would be back in stock November 17th. So I was like, cool. So I went ahead and bought it. I went ahead and bought it to reserve my camera, so when it came, I could get it shipped to me. I happened to go on their website one day, and they actually had one used. B&H had one used for 408. So I went ahead and bought it. It was like the condition is a 10 out of 10. So I went ahead and bought it. And it was basically somebody probably bought it from B&H, didn't like it, said probably thought, well, this camera isn't really can't really do what I wanted to do, and just probably just sent it back. So cool. So because of that, they reduced the price. So instead of paying $499 for it, I only paid $408 for it used. And those who are familiar with my channel, I don't mind buying used products. I always give them a thorough look over and make sure they work and make sure nothing's wrong with them, make sure nothing's broken or cracked. So it's fine. The Osbot Tail Air, the first one that I used earlier to record the show this camera on, that I bought that used. So the reason why I'm buying these cameras. Me and my wife, again, we have a podcast, and we want to be, we would like to do mobile podcasts, like go to people's homes and things in that nature. So it'd be good to have our own camera that could do that. The Osbot Tail could do that without a doubt. But if you can have more footage or more cameras, that's fine. That's kind of why I bought this. Now, I will say is that, and I was telling my wife is that when me and my wife we record podcasts, I'm the tech guy. She don't really. I set all the cameras up, the microphones up. She don't really deal with that. She just like, okay, set the microphone up on me, base, and that's it. But one of the things that I noticed is that I was telling my wife is that every time we're recording a podcast episode, we know sometimes we do two at a time, sometimes we do one. But whenever we're recording a podcast episode, I've always noticed that whenever we recorded a podcast episode, I've always noticed that the tail air, because that's what we're using before we got this, we used the tail air. The Osbot tail air was always hot, like burning hot. Not burning hot, but it was hot. So one of my concerns before our webinar was that I didn't want to use that camera because I felt like it might shut down because it was hot. Maybe I was wrong. I've never actually tested it and used it for over 2 hours. So I don't know. But like I said, one of the things that I noticed is that once my webinar was over, and I actually grabbed the Venus Live V2 to cut it off and things, it wasn't even warm a little bit. I was like, dang. So their claims of it keeping cool are true. That is very true. Um, Most of my rambling on right now really is I just want you to see the image quality of this camera. Again, I've watched a lot of reviews on this camera. Nobody seems to have the actual image quality of the camera. All the footage of this of all the footage of this camera up until this point is the Venus Live V2. This is that camera. I'll zoom in out real quick. You can see. I'll zoom back out. And so, again, if you're somebody that's going to be stationary, I wouldn't get this camera. You can always just buy a decent webcam. Elgato has a plethora of really nice webcams that put out DSLR like images. I'm sorry, DSLR and mirrorless like images. You'll probably spend half the price. If you're somebody that wants to be mobile, I would say this is a great camera for you. If you definitely want to go live without having a computer, you can. Now, I don't. I said I use this with my DJ turntables, but I will say, if I have to emphasize that already, I will say it again. When I went live on TikTok, the only thing I had was this camera right here. I didn't have my phone, my laptop, nothing. I had this camera and my DJ controller. That's all I had, and I have an iRig to RCA cable going to my going to my controller, to DJ controller, to my iRig, and then it has a Type C, and I put the Type C on top of it right here, and that kind of works like that. It received the audio, and then it sound wonderful. From there, it was just a matter of tweaking the sound on my DJ turntable so that the sound would be clear on TikTok. So right now, to use this audio, I am using the 3.5 millimeter jack. I'm not using the Type C. I have used the Type C. It's right here if you don't believe me. Can I get it in the camera? Right here. It's a Comica. It has like 4 lapel mics. I don't know. I don't remember the exact model number of it. But it does have 4. It's Comica. It has 4 lapel mics. It has a great sound quality. Again, this is day 1 of my review. Tomorrow will be day 2. It'll be all in one video. But I just saying that to say that I wanted to get footage outside of somewhere other than my house. And in order to do that, I have to have the batteries. The batteries coming tomorrow. So whenever they come in tomorrow, I will shoot some footage of this video. Right now, I'll put some footage up of my DJ live set and just different footage that I've taken so far with this camera, so you can kind of get a good idea of the image quality. But before I do, I'm gonna cut off my lights in my studio so you can see what the image quality it looks like without having lights. Like I said, if you don't have lights, the image quality of this camera isn't really too well. In fact, before you get it, spend some money on a decent lighting kit. Doesn't got to be too much money, just something that would elevate, illuminate the space that you're recording in and illuminate your facial area and things like that. So this is day 1. This isn't day 1 that I've received it. I've had it for 2 weeks now. This is the day 1 of my review, and tomorrow, I'll come on and do day 2. I will, of course, have the batteries and get some footage outside, blase, so you can kind of get a good idea of how that looks, because a lot of people are kind of using it stationary. One of the reasons why I wanted to get the Venus Live Air, because I from what I can see, it has a better image quality than this camera. It actually does have a better image quality, and it uses AI to upscale the image. But one of the things about it that I didn't like was that it's like this camera, it has a cord, but that one doesn't have the option to have batteries. This camera has the option to have batteries. It does not come with batteries. You have to buy the batteries for them if you want the batteries for them. They're fairly affordable on Amazon, Walmart.com. You can find them anywhere dirt cheap. I don't intend on filming for 2 and 3 hours, so I don't really care. But when I do go outside and I want to use this camera in short bursts, I want to be able to do that. So that's why for me the Venus Live Air wasn't an option for me, because I don't want to be included into a area inside my home or someone else's home shooting. It's not what I want. So again, Dale from MD Reviews. This whole time I've been using this VenusLiv V2. I have been using a lapel mic, the Comica. So again, now I'm going to put some footage up of some footage I've taken of the camera and my DJ Live on TikTok. So
This thing need the vanilla, but this chai tea is good.
can I try some? So I just wanted to shoot some video. The battery came in yesterday. This is day 2 of the VenusLiv V2. Made some pancakes for my kids. Put chocolate chip in the pancakes. But it actually feels good to be able to walk around and not have to have the cord attached to the VenusLiv V2. Real quick, here's the bag I got off Amazon for the camera. About $23. It fits the camera real snug. The power cord, I keep the batteries and the chargers right here. The batteries are right here. come with 3-pack. One of them, of course, is on the camera, allowing me to run the camera off battery. So and you can charge it Type C or micro USB. So you can charge it. Of course, the Type C will be faster. So on yesterday, I mentioned that whenever I DJ on TikTok Live, I have this for my turntables. This is actually it's an iRig. You can get it from Guitar Center, or you can get it online. I don't know the exact model of this one. I just know that it has this right here. And it's pretty self-explanatory. It kind of tells you where everything goes, and you can, of course, um, and because most people's phones don't have the 3.5 audio jack anymore, you would use a 3.5 to audio converter, and this right here also has a charger. So if I'm going live on TikTok Live, I can charge my phone as well. So you put this, of course, in here, and I think one of the things is that, like, once you pull your phone out, it cuts off. So I guess it kind of sends a signal through this right here. That your phone's inside of it, and then it'll activate the batteries. But when you pull it out, you see now it's nothing. Now, now I am about to plug this up to my to the Venus Live V2 in a moment, so you can hear the music from my turntables into the actual camera itself. Kind of like what basically I'm simulating a TikTok Live for you guys, but I'm not actually going on TikTok Live. I just don't feel like going on TikTok Live just for a demonstration of this purpose. But let me grab my microphone and put it into my turntable so you can hear me when I speak, and then we can go from there. YouTube doesn't, and also too, I know that Twitch, I believe you can do it on Twitch, but they take pretty a lot of your income if you go live on Twitch. So I think a lot of people go live on TikTok because the viewers or whatever see your money or see your coins, and it's not that very much money. I think for the most part, I just go on there when I'm bored. There's nothing that you're gonna actually do if you're a DJ trying to make money. You're gonna be in clubs somewhere, schools, or anywhere else on TikTok. So you guys, can hear and see. Hope you guys enjoyed some of the videos, clips that I did for the video of my turntables. I did have to hook up my turntables. I started not to do it, but I just wanted to, for the purpose of this video, if there was somebody out there who was looking for a camera who already DJs on TikTok Live, I was like, wait, let me just show them, that setup. I know oftentimes, when I do run into people at Guitar Center, they oftentimes they'll ask me, well, what do you need to DJ on TikTok Live from my phone or from a tablet? So I think that's kind of neat for somebody to know how to do and for them to know what they need. So I hooked all this stuff up just so people who don't know and who may be interested in maybe DJing on TikTok Live, I did that so you can see what you need and things like that. Also, too, one of the reasons why I took my time and just getting different angles of footage with this camera is because oftentimes online, when I did see many different reviews, it lacked any like raw footage. And by raw footage, I mean like oftentimes people want to be, and I understand, this is probably one of my not greatest reviews as far as my scenery, but I wanted to get some of the most raw footage, around the house. If you go to a kid's soccer game and things like that, so you can see the capabilities of this camera. As I stated earlier, on day one, this is not this camera does not have the best image quality. If you're looking for something that has great image quality, this isn't the camera for you. It's not the camera for you. I don't even think it's even geared towards people who are looking for a great image quality. It's geared towards people who are streamers who want to be able to stream nonstop without your camera getting hot. This is the camera for you. Also, once you add the battery to this camera. It makes it a very powerful, versatile camera. You can go, you can shoot on the go. You know, you can also, like I said, if you're somebody who wants to be a mobile podcaster or a mobile whatever, this is a great camera for you. I paid $59.99 on Walmart.com for 3 batteries. I think that's a steal, you know, especially if you go to some of the more name brands for this battery type, you're going to pay $100 probably for 1 or 2. So, lastly, as I said before, I'm just going to keep saying it again. If you're somebody that if you want to be stationary, I don't I wouldn't pay the kind of money for this camera. I would kind of just get a camera, like a mirrorless camera or a DSLR. You could probably get an older mirrorless camera for a fraction of this price of this camera. This camera is $499 brand new. It's 408 used, which is what I got it for. 408 used at B&H. So yeah, really, it came down between the V2 and the Venus Live Air. One of the reasons why I chose this camera is because it has a battery. While the Venus Live Air does have a better image quality, but I felt like one of the things that I felt like it was holding it back or holding me back from getting it, should I say, was that the fact that it has to be plugged into a wall. I would prefer something that I can more so be mobile with, not have to be stationary. So for me, that was one of the reasons why I didn't choose the Venus Live Air, and why I chose this one, which is the Venus Live V2. So again, thank you guys for watching my video. I hope the footage from the video, is to your liking. Like I said before, it's not the best image quality. In order for you to get the best image quality, you will have to have a nice lighting kit in your studio or the area where you're filming. And I think that if you do that, then you will get the most optimal image quality out of this camera. Um, I didn't do that because again, I want you to see the footage raw, what it looks like, without having all those lights and stuff to kind of amplify the image quality. So I'm definitely any reviews. Thank you for watching my video. Until next time, peace.